नाम संगीतन की प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि भक्तवृंद की हरे कृष्णा। कृष्ण प्रभुपाद।
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। प्रभुपाद की जय। महेंद्र प्रभु की जय। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare हरि राम संकीर्तन की
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
क्रॉस करते हैं क्रॉस इट लिटिल కొంచెం क्रॉस क्रॉस नहीं बीच में से बीच क्रॉस है देख
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Mataji, please try to come as in the front as possible because there will be some devotees coming in the next few hours and the whole hall will be filled and then to call everybody is difficult. So don't leave any space between you and the person in front of you. The person in front of you will take you back home back to God. Tightly.
We can put it back.
Hare Krishna.
We will use some space.
And chase as far as possible, unless you are very elderly or you are a senior software engineer, don't take. Everybody else can sit down. Hare Krishna. Stand out there. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to Bhakti Center, Gachibowli. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we have this place Dwarkadhish Prabhuji here, and Mataji will be here in a few minutes. And Sitanath Prabhu is also here. Hare Krishna. Let us welcome Sitanath Prabhu with three loud Hari Bol. Thank you Prabhu for coming. And today is a very, very important day in our lives. Why am I saying important? It's because today we will know that somebody else is watching us in the house. Whatever we are doing in our houses, whatever we are doing in our devotional lives, Prabhuji and Mataji are going to speak so practically, you will actually feel that they are speaking about us. That's what I always feel. I feel exposed. अरे सब कुछ इनको मालूम है. All the use cases are already tried. Yeah. So in our most of the satsang here is grahasthas. We're not no brahmacharis here. But so in our grahastha life, whatever situations that come and go, we all need some guidance. Without guidance, we'll make hasty decisions. But devotees like Prabhuji and Mataji travel around the world explaining what we should do and what we should not do in the times that we don't know. Right? Today the altar is looking full. Is it really looking full? When I have told this last time also, when I was designing this altar, I was really keeping Prabhuji and Mataji in my consciousness that they should come here and give lecture. And now it really feels so Prabhuji and Mataji together giving lecture and all of us benefiting. Very good. Yeah, so I will not take any more time. We want to hear from Prabhuji and Mataji. So they have been giving lectures for the last 48 hours non-stop. Right? It's been continuing talking to so many devotees and giving so much attention and importance to everyone's problems. So actually, if you all pray to Krishna that you have some problem in your mind, it will be resolved today. Just a question of you asking for it. Madan Mohan is here. Madan Mohan's heart is in Prabhupada. Prabhupada's heart is in his disciples. And that heart is there in both their hearts. So the whole connection is here. Right? So the solutions will come without any more delay. I think most of you know, Prabhuji is a doctor himself. And Mataji also is a doctor in many different ways. He solves many problems. So without any more delay, let's welcome His Grace Dwarkadhish Prabhu and Vishaka Priya Mataji with 3 loud, heartful, soulful Haribols! Hare Krishna.
All good.
It's always a very special feeling coming to this very holy place. In general, find that the enthusiasm of the Hyderabad devotees is something which I have not seen so far in many places. And of course, I know that the catalyst for this enthusiasm is His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. He is the one who, like a catalyst, makes the reaction go fast, right? Not getting too much involved. And we want to talk about the enthusiasm of your leader, Lilananda Prabhu.
Very infectious disease.
Very Actually, we come to Hyderabad primarily for getting more infected with that utsaha which he carries in his heart always. Yeah. It's very beautiful. This place is so charged with the energy of Krishna. You know, at Radha Gopinath Mandir, Radha Swami Maharaj, of course, in every temple there is Prabhupada Simhasan is there. But next to Srila Prabhupada Simhasan, in Gopinath Mandir also we find there is a Simhasan for the books of Srila Prabhupada. So when you offer obeisances, the way Maharaj designed it, his thought process was, that when you go to another temple, you offer obeisances to the Vaishnavas, the Vaishnavas, and you get a kind of obeisances to His divine grace, right? But the moment you do that, knowingly and unknowingly you offer obeisances to all the holy books, the Granthas, which are worshipable. Hare Krishna. Is that right? Yeah. These holy granthas are also being worshipped by our offering obeisances. And then in the obeisances in front is the Shara Goswamis. On the left is the altar of the Simhasana Prabhupada, Srimad Prabhupada's books. And the left is Garudaji, and the right side is Hanumanji, and front is the Shara Goswamis. So Maharaj expertly designed that when you offer obeisances to Prabhupada, actually you are worshipping all these personalities. Right? Similar to see over here, the Simhasana for each Bhagavatam has an altar. Each Bhagavatam has an altar. Each Kavira Goswami's Grantha has an altar. And I think it's truly, these are not just books, correct? For us, these are as worshipable as Krishna. Nothing less, nothing more. Therefore, they deserve the honor of being on the altar. Very wonderful. Today, the special joy is to have our dear friend Siddharth Prabhu here. I never expected you to be here, but there is added the joy of coming here. Can I make a request, Prabhu, that you can kindly come over here and descend and sit with us today?
It's a very big.
Haribol!
Yes,
What did he say?
Who is it?
So we have a backrest here. You have to walk around. I hope that is a right response and you're not making it up. So let us start our discussion for the day. Thank you all dear devotees for coming today evening. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurumilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhisham Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Radhadi Savapadamitam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Shri Guru Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sargana Gadikatamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sargana Gadika Shri Vishaka Priya Mataji Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishnu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Ekasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. with every passing day that we are in this body, we all as aspiring Vaishnavas are hoping that each day is taking us closer to eternal life. It is about 6:21 now. The sun is about to set. Right? So it is, the Bhagavatam says, with every rising setting of the sun, they want to get closer to them. On a physical platform, that is true. And yet, for a devotee, that same sunset has a different connotation. While he remains on one hand conscious of the imminent situation where eventually we will have to leave the body, yet he also knows that because he is practicing, he and she is practicing
Sorry.
is practicing bhakti, surely we all are moving slowly but surely closer to eternal life. And that keeps us going. All the struggles of life, all the ups and downs, all the challenges, all the stresses and strains of modern living, however, whatever they may be, they never end up discouraging us or disappointing us because our life is very worthy. This life is so worthy and so blessed that we have Krishna, that we have Gaur Nitai, that we have our Parampara, we have our Prabhupada, we have so much. We have so many acharyas. So, every day we would like to see our bhakti growing. Right? So therefore, the discussion of today is pillars of growth. Pillars of growth. And growth is such a natural phenomenon of this world. Very, very natural phenomenon. The moment that the child is conceived by the mother, they will go every 2-3 months. Are you all? Is it okay? You feel loud? You okay? Every few weeks and months, they will go to the gynecologist to see what is the level of growth. Well, the child was so and so size. The size is given, or now his heart is beating, and now the limbs are manifest. Right? So every visit, the parents get more enthused. The child is growing. And how sad they would feel if they know that after the 6th month, for example, that there is no growth. There's no growth. No growth. Because they can also sonologically testify what is the weight of the fetus. It's not only grown, there is no growth, there is no increase. There's something is just missing.
Mataji, can you come off yours, please?
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Correct.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Are you able to get Mataji? Is it loud and clear? Huh? Louder, huh? I should speak louder than probably. Because if he makes louder than feedback is coming. I can speak louder, no problem. So they'll be very worrisome if there is no growth of the fetus. So give the example also that we are all earning some money, those who are working. And when you're working, you're expecting that after working hard enough, sincere enough, you're going to see growth in your packet, right? If you're trying so much per annum, after 2 years, you say, how much are you drawing? Same amount. Nothing has grown. You know, it's ridiculous, right? After 2 years, if you're getting the same packet, you don't want to stay in that company anymore. So there you go. You want to see what? Growth. Right? So growth is intrinsic to our existence. Right? We may be dwindling in our age. All of us are getting old. Now some of us are, like myself, we are on the other side of the graph. We have passed after 40 other side. So we are not growing in the physical sense, but we are hoping to grow in wisdom. Again, there is a level of growth, right? So everywhere we would like to see some growth, right? And therefore, the same and even more importance is to see and examine what is the growth of the most treasurable thing I have in my life. It is not my big beautiful car which we may have, or not my beautiful house which we may be living in. The most valuable thing you had, I have got as a legacy from our parampara is Bhakti Lata Beej. This seed has the potential to grow to such a level within the garden of our consciousness and bear that fruit that the soul is hankering for millions of lifetimes. He has missed his love. He has lost his love. His primary love is to the most lovable person, and Sri Krishna. And only when he tastes the fruit of this Bhagavad Beej can that love be again fully revived. Right? And therefore, when we say pillars of growth, today we would like to discuss what is it that will actually help us to deepen this Bhagavad Beej roots. So there's growth at two levels of the Bhagavad Beej. One is upwards. That means there is external visible growth. Right? And there is another is the invisible growth, which is from the roots, which you don't see. What does it mean? The external growth is a growth of how much we are increasing our enthusiasm, how much are we increasing our services, how much are we increasing our contributions to the mission, how much are we really involved in various devotional services and activities. This is the external part. This is very important. Commensurate with that, and equally very important, is the root growth. That means how much is the growth of our Shraddha. Shraddha. And the stronger the Shraddha, the stronger is the Bhagavad Beej. Stronger is our devotional creeper. That tomorrow when all the tornadoes will come in our life, if they will, there will be cyclones in our life, if they will. There might be even earthquakes, right? And they will come. At that time, hopefully, the roots are so strong that we don't get blown away. That the roots are anchored strongly at Nama Om. We are rooted strongly at the feet of our beloved spiritual masters. And therefore, Prabhupada used to use two words talking about growth. There's one very important element which helps growth. What actually facilitates growth? There could be various answers to this. If I ask all of you, will give various answers to what helps growth. But the way I was thinking about it was, Prabhupada used to say, become more childlike and not childish. Right? The two words appear similar in English language, but they have different connotations. What do you mean of being childish?
Immature.
Very immature and very silly, right? Not acting as per your expected age and level of, whatever status you have. You didn't expect this out of you. What is this? You're a grown-up boy. Yeah, okay. Right? Like that. That is childish. But Prabhupada encourages all of us to become childlike. So let us explore this terminology of Prabhupada. What is the depth of this meaning? What is to be a childlike devotee? There are various traits of childlike devotees. Yes. One of these is he is eager. He has a hunger. Hunger for wonder. He's always excited about things. He wants to learn. He wants to explore. Right? He has this quest for asking questions. Correct? How many of you have children who keep on nagging you with questions all the time? Right? Right? And the mother will say, बेटा मेरा चबड़ा दो क्या बोल बोल के तो मेरे पास करो थोड़ा क्वेश्चन करके रखो बोल दिया. So many questions are coming out constantly. The guy bubbling with questions, right? What this, whatever. This childlike curiosity, right? And Parishad Maharaj has always been appreciated. You have read Bhagavatam, all of you have read Bhagavatam, you know that Shukadeva Swami is constantly appreciating the queries of Parishad Maharaj, right? Very profound queries are being asked. So, this nature is there even in Krishna to be childlike. When he was young, very young, just 2-3 years old child in Vrindavan, this Chakravarti Thakur talks about various places the Brajvasis stayed. It is not that they just stayed Mathura, Krishna was born and then he went to Gokul and then he went to Nandagaon. There are about 6 or 7 places where the Lord changed residences. Like he changed our residences also. He changed residence. And when they were once passing by in the bullock cart with Kanhaiya Krishna on the lap of his mother, Krishna was asking questions. Mummy, what is that tree which is having a dadi? Huh? Banyan tree, right? Banyan tree, right? And which is that particular leaf which has a tail? What is that tree which has got a tail? What is that? That is the people leaf. People has a small tail, right? So Krishna exhibits his natural proclivity to be just an innocent child. Ask these questions. And therefore, you find that after in the beginning of district consciousness, all had so many questions. But the questioning tendency gradually seems to decline, right? Not Lilananda Prabhu. He's very childlike. He has his questions. He has people asking questions, right? It's very difficult to answer sometimes. But the thing is, these questions become either because we know most of it now, probably maybe like that, but actually we lose that quest, that thirst to deeply explore the ramifications of the ocean of bhakti. See, we've been told bhakti is what? Bhakti, rasa, amrita, sindhu. And Kaviraj Goswami in Ananda Leela talks about how this bhakti rasa sindhu is unlimited. And Chakravarti Thakur would not even fathom the length of it. She said he wrote a book called as Bhakti Rasa Sindhu Bindu. So this is too large. What Rupa Goswami is handling is a huge ocean of bhakti. I can't get into all that. I'll just share with you some knowledge about the Bindu of this Sindhu. That's how great and how much voluminous is the literature of Chakravarti Thakur. Right? And that is supposed to be just a Bindu. Right? So that is the ocean of bhakti. It's unbelievable. Right? So, to have this natural tendency to ask questions, to deepen the understanding of the tattva, the philosophy the beauty, the expanse, right, of this realm of bhakti is very, very essential for. So let's take a discussion into the beautiful past where Sripad Ramanujacharya was on this planet. For you is a very, very dear entity. You are right in your hometown. He resides, right? How wonderful. The whole world is coming to see the statue of equality. So he was sitting one day with his many disciples. And he proclaimed that for the Sri Sampradaya, various places in this world are very important Divya Deshams, important shrines, important places of pilgrimage. So he said that the holy land of what was that? Srinagar. The Srinagar is called as Bhogamandap. Then Kanchipuram is called as Tyagamandap. Right? And Tirupati has been called as Pushpamandap. So knowing the eternal identity of these holy places, he made a proposal to his disciples that, my dear devotees, Balaji traditionally and constitutionally loves to be worshipped by flowers. But there is no flower garden at Tirupati. Would any of you amongst those who are sitting here would like to dedicate your life to make a beautiful garden of flowers and fruits for the pleasure of Venkatesh Balaji? Now, please remember, this is a very difficult proposal which has been put. It's like almost saying, who's going to willing to go to preach in Pakistan? Right? In the sense that, like Pakistan has so many inimical forces against us, this is a forest, wild forest. There is no, now you have a nice staircase and buses going up there. You're talking about an era which was where there was no nothing. Just pathways made by devotees walking up, right? And some people would venture up all the way. And just dense forest. Now the hills are full of forest, right? Forests, and how you live there, how you sustain your life there, correct? No facilities whatsoever for living. So after several moments of silence, one devotee puts up his hand. I said, Gurudev, I'll fulfill your desire. Dedicate my life to fulfilling this desire. And that brought a big smile on the face of Ramanujacharya. Said, I bless you, right? And this devotee went all the way. Now, people were also a little concerned that if they have to go to Tirupati Balaji's place, then they have to miss the association of their Godfathers and not Godfathers were not there so many that time, Godfathers were there. But also we have to leave the Acharya. He is living in Srirangam. And to live with association, is not very great idea. I live all alone. What about my association? What about my sustenance? Anyway, so he went. This great personality is called as Lilananda Acharya. One of the greatest acharyas in the Sri line, Sri Sampradaya line. So, we talk about him a few minutes later. Meanwhile, after Ramanujacharya left the planet, his descendant was Parasara Bhattacharya. So Parasara Bhattacharya was sitting with his disciples, and one of his disciples, one of his devotees came up to him and said, Gurudev, I have a question. Right? So it was a childlike quest, but a very powerful question, not just an ordinary question, a very powerful question. What is this question? My dear Gurudev, please tell me, what are the qualities of a Vaishnava, a true Vaishnava. What are the qualities of a true Vaishnava? Important question. Such an important question. Now, he did not answer immediately. He said, you please go and meet my dear friend and god brother, Sri Anandacharya, in Tirupati, and he will answer your question. Right? Now imagine how strange is that, right? You're sitting in a Bhagavatam class, right? And the speaker is giving a beautiful class, and you said, any questions? And you said, okay, somebody has a question. And then Vishaka said, okay, you go to Kolhapur and get an answer. Kolhapur? It's like that. It's as strange as that, right? You go to Kolhapur and my friend and what was the Kolhapur will give us an answer. And most of them said, forget the question then. Maybe I'll figure out myself. Right? But this devotee was not of that caliber. He actually was serious. Sometimes we ask questions which we are not very serious about, right? We ask, stick it, pucho, right? But some questions are really very coming deep from within our heart. You really want to know. It is one of those questions. From the depth of the consciousness, what is the qualities of a true Vaishnava? Because he wanted to become one, right? And actually left Prasad Bhatta's association and went up the hill and started staying with Acharya. He went up to him and with folded hands and humble heart he said, oh dear master, I've been referred to you like a doctor sometimes refers a patient. I've been referred to you by my Gurudev. Please tell me what are the qualities of a genuine or a true Vaishnava. Right? So why did he refer this devotee to Anandacharya? That is very important to understand. And so what he said is important, but who is Anandacharya is equally important. And then you understand the power of his wisdom.
When he's talking of referring to a doctor, especially if you have a cardiac problem, you're not going to refer you to a gynecologist. Right? For cardiac problem, you are referred to an expert cardiologist, right? And if you have a kid, you obviously will go to a pediatrician because they are specialized in that. They have done super specialty in that particular field, and that's why you will be referred to that person. So to understand who is a real Vaishnava, obviously he must be a super special Vaishnava to have been referred to go to him, that he will tell you what are the real qualities of a Vaishnava. So before that, I'd like to tell you a story of a person who went to a shop. He wanted to buy a refrigerator. So he went to the shop and he told the salesman, I want to buy this fridge. The salesman told him that, sorry, I don't want to sell it to you. So he was surprised, He's saying, why? I'm having the cash and the credit card. Why don't you want to sell it to me? He's saying, sorry, I don't want to sell it. So this man went out. He disguised himself in another attire and he came back and he asked him, and he said, मुझे ये fridge खरीदना है in Hindi. So he said, लेकिन I don't want to sell it to you. I told you once, right? So he said, well, didn't I change properly? So he went out and he disguised in a little more, different way. And he came back and he told again. He said, मारे आप fridge ले वो in another language. So he's saying, are you mad? You don't understand. I don't want to sell it to you. So he's saying, but why? Say, no, I don't want to sell it to you. Please leave. So then he wore a burqa and he came. Then I won't be recognized. And then he said, I want to buy this fridge. He's saying, should I call the security? Get lost from here. I don't. He said, all right, I want to buy the fridge. But I will not leave the shop till you don't tell me why you don't want to sell me this fridge. And how do you recognize me every time I'm coming? He said, it's so simple. What you are pointing at, that it's a fridge, it's a washing machine. Every time you are coming and pointing at the washing machine and saying, I want to buy this fridge. So You know, you're a fool, right? So please leave. He said, all right, but I still want to buy this machine. Why don't you want to give me? So he said, I still don't want to sell it to you because you will buy it and within few days you'll come back to that this machine, right? So all of us have come to Krishna consciousness, to temple, for what purpose? Why have we come to temple? To become a Vaishnava. We have come here to become a Vaishnava, right? But do we even understand what is a Vaishnava? We don't even understand what it means to be a Vaishnava. What is the purpose of a Vaishnava? How does he talk? Didn't Arjun ask that question to Krishna? How does he walk? How does he talk? What does he do? What does he not do? All these nuances he wanted to understand. So same way, we have come here to become a Vaishnava. First, we need to understand what is a Vaishnava. Many definitions are given, right? Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked that who is a Vaishnava? Anybody who chants Hare Krishna once is a devotee. Another time he gave another answer, Another time he gave different answers are given. But the main thing is what we need to understand, right? We all think we are Vaishnavas. If somebody asks us, oh yeah, I'm a devotee. Since 20 years I'm a Vaishnava. Why? Because we started wearing sari or we started putting tilak or kanti. Does that make us a Vaishnava? On one level, yes. On one level, yes. Right? But on another level, we have to understand that Vaishnava is a person who is practicing bhakti. Right? And what is the definition of bhakti given by Rupa Goswami? Anushilanam. He says Anushilanam, a person who cultivates. Bhakti just doesn't grow. Seed is given. The rarest of seed given, but if you don't know how to cultivate it, then it will not grow. If you put the best seed, but if you put it on a stone or a rock, will it grow? No, it needs a good fertile soil for it to grow. And it needs good sunshine, it needs good fertilizers, good water, so many things. So many do's are there and then there are some don'ts. But remove the weeds, pest control, weeds, everything, fencing has to be done. We have to cultivate it. So many times we forget that bhakti is a process of cultivation. And cultivation is an ongoing process. You can't cultivate once and finish it. Right? If you have a garden, those who like gardening, you can't just put the seed and put some bottle and water is falling on it and sun exposure. No, it requires attention on a day-to-day basis. Sometime also you will end up neglecting. Something happens and your all hard work goes for a toss, right? So we need to understand that how should I cultivate my bhakti on a regular basis? And the whole process which has been given is for us to understand that okay, I cultivate it in such a way that I get the purpose of bhakti. What is the purpose of practicing bhakti? Samsiddhi Hari Toshan. That Hari should be pleased with me. And Hari is pleased by what? Nothing external. Nothing external pleases Hari. Hari is pleased by the depth of our devotion and the depth of our faith. Right? And that is the growth we are talking of. Growth of our devotion and growth of our faith. Sometime back we were in Oklahoma, in US, and the weather was so bad that they said that today there's going to be a tornado, bad one, and we could see. Even in daytime it was all so dark and heavy winds were blowing and all. So there was supposed to be an evening program. So we said, so Prabhuji, should we cancel the program? He said, no. The program has to go on, Tornadoes keep coming. But they said it in such a casual way, and we could see trees were like literally, like this. So anyway, we still went for the program, and it became worse. It was like really heavy winds that you could even hear the wind could be heard. So we thought, okay, फटाफट खत्म करते program, let everybody go home because something will happen and then it's not safe. So after the lecture got over, everybody was having prasad. We said, should we pack the prasad? And no. no, we will have prasad. Nothing was happening to them, we were only getting worried. So we said, Prabhu, but torrent, we said, no, this is, regularly it keeps coming. So said, then what do you do? So we said, no, we have safety bunkers down. Shelter. So they said, oh, what is shelter? So they have a metallic box, and in which if the tornado comes, they all just go in the box and they just sit down like this and they wait. Even if the whole house falls on top, but it's a metal box, nothing happens to them. Right? So I said, but then what? He said, no, our bunkers are registered shelters. So once the tornado goes, then government comes and finds us out. Where you are. And they were saying it in such a casual way that this is life. It's okay, They had so much faith in the government that they will find them out and they will save them. Somehow or the other they will save, right? At that time also I was thinking, wow, if we devotees had that much faith in Krishna, that no matter what tornadoes will come in our life, there is plan B. Krishna has provided shelter. Shelter is there, and Krishna will find us out and he will save us. Right? That much faith they had. So I was just thinking, this is bhakti. What bhakti we are doing, We are already scared. Tornado will come, let's go away. Let everybody go away, But this is the growth of faith that has come about by chanting, by associating.
So the example has triggered a very important similar episode. One of our acharyas is called Mahavishnu Maharaj.
This is.
Yeah?
This is.
You want to see that? Okay.
No. Like this.
Yeah.
You think I like-
Something similar. I think it was Gujarat. I don't know where. Maybe Rajasthan. Dwarka, right?
Dwarka.
Right. He's a very worshipful acharya of our line. He was on the terrace and giving it, and he is a lover of Srimad Bhagavatam. His life is Bhagavatam. I mean, himself is the embodiment of Bhagavatam, but he did nothing except glorify this greatest scripture of Bhagavatam. And he's giving his expert commentary and dissertations on Srimad Bhagavatam. And there is actually a big, massive earthquake.
While the class is going on.
Class is going on, and your building starts shaking. And it is actually shaking. It is not, you're not an illusion. It's real. It's real. And everyone is obviously, in a panic mode. Panic button starts, right? Adrenaline is surging, and you want to fight or flight reaction starts. Right? Should I run away? What I should do? And he's so cool about it. So this is the purpose of Bhagavatam. That when death strikes, we should remember Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj did it before that, So when we are about to die also, we are dying hearing the glories of Krishna. And actually said with so much of depth and faith, because he was actually living Bhagavatam, nobody actually got up. And they kept on hearing Bhagavatam, the shaking building. Serious. This is not jokes, this is serious. And by the Lord's grace, the earthquake passed away. And nothing untoward happened. But that is the type of faith this person had. Right? And that even the worst scenario happens, Krishna Bhakti should go on uninterrupted. This is the extreme example of uninterrupted Bhakti. Right?
He was such a devotee, even I'm taking a diversion. He always used to wear half sleeve kurta. So even in the cold season, devotees would ask, Maharaj, at least you wear a full sleeve kurta. They say, no, life is so short. That much more time will go in washing that much sleeve. He used to wash his own clothes. Now half sleeve, half time will go in washing that much more cloth I will have to wash. So this is what a devotee is. Anyway, we are diverting. Right? So much to learn from them. So when we are talking about the growth of devotion, whatever we are doing, when our faith, time to time, some situations like this will come and we ourselves can judge that whether I passed or I failed. होता है ना? कितनी बार कि अरे यार, this is why did I react like that? For example, again when we went to the US this time, we lost one of our bags. Only for one bag came, one bag didn't come, and we are just thinking, you know, 1 month we have come and our bag is not there. All clothes are in the bag. Our diary for the presentation is in the bag. What will happen? This, that. We are thinking about the bag only. And after 4 days, the bag came. घूम घूम के लंदन से आ गया बैग and we thought एक बैग खो गया and we are so much you know it's just a bag na so what but we failed the test just saying so time to time sometimes situations like this come so our Anantacharya right what was the as we said he is such a super speciality Vaishnava that's why Parashar Bhatta sent this devotee to him so what was the speciality of his bhakti. By nature, he was a cultivator, right? He was a gardener. Mahaprabhu told all of us to become gardeners and to help him distribute the fruits, right? He said, how much can I distribute alone? But you can help me. But he requested everybody that become a gardener. That means we need to cultivate our bhakti. So by cultivating the garden for Venkatesh, he was automatically watering the seed, his Bhakti Lata beach and his Bhakti was growing. And what was the type of bhakti he had? So he made this garden and he named the garden as Ramanuja Garden. But then he had made a lake next to it, but he thought I need to expand the lake because the lake is small. Where will I get water from every time to water? So he and his wife started, making the lake deeper. And he had called that lake also Ramanuja Lake. So while they were working, his wife was pregnant. And with all that big stomach, she was doing so much of effort, taking out the mud, putting on the basket on her head, walking long distance and going down the valley, putting the mud, coming back up. So devotees toil for the pleasure of Krishna, but Krishna cannot tolerate to see that. So Balaji took the form of a brahmachari boy and he came over there and he told Anantacharya that, please, you are an elderly person, I am young boy, let me do this service for you and let me help you in this. Anantacharya became very serious. He folded his hands and he said, please, this is my only service which my Guru has given me. And my Guru's seva is my only connection to my spiritual master. Do not take that away from me. Do not take that away from me. So please you go, He said, please. He said, no, please you go. So, but still Balaji was watching from behind the tree that it's too much hard work for the wife, So then he said, let me approach the wife. Maybe women are more softer, she might agree. So he went, at that time, women were more softer. So he went and approached the wife and he said, please, allow me to help you. So she said, Arey, you came back, my husband already told no, na? He'll get very upset if he comes to know about it. So he said, but he will not come to know only, no? You do one thing, you just bring the mud from there to here and then I'll pick it up from here and go down the valley, come up, so you don't have to take all that effort and do it. So he said in such a charming way that she just couldn't say no. So she said, okay, and they started doing that. She would bring till here and then he would take forward, but he was a young boy, no? So he would go, come back fast. So Anantacharya started noticing, she's coming back faster than before. She used to take more time, so he asked her. He said that, all well? You are coming back faster than before. So obviously she couldn't lie to her husband. So she said, actually, yes, That boy, you remember who came to you? He came to me and asked, and he was asking in such a sweet way. I couldn't tell no. And Anantacharya became really upset. So he picked up his spade and he started running behind the boy. And the boy is running in front and Anantacharya is running because he wanted to chastise him. The boy got so scared he climbed the tree. But Anantacharya couldn't climb the tree and from top he's saying that, please, sorry, forgive me, but I have these gold earrings and I have this golden dhoti. If you spare me, I'll give you all of that, So Anantacharya is thinking, okay, let me just tell him, okay, and come down and then I will properly, So he told him, okay, so the boy jumped down and again Anantacharya started chasing him. And this time, to scare him, he decided he will throw the spade on the side so that thoda dar jayega wo. So he threw the spade, but the boy was running zigzag. So somehow the spade hit his chin and the chin started bleeding. But the boy, young children, very chanchal, he ran away into the temple. and he went into the altar and closed the door. So Anantacharya is saying, okay, it's afternoon time. Vaikalika Bhog ke liye Pujari will come and I'll catch him at that time. So I was standing outside, and when the Pujari came, he told him, open the door, this naughty boy has gone inside and he has harassed me. Catch him and bring him out. So when the Pujari opened the door, he said, there's nobody inside. So Anantacharya said, how is it possible? There's only one door. Let's go in and see. And when he went and saw, he saw that Balaji was bleeding from here. And he realized that actually it was Balaji himself who came over there, So he was feeling so guilty. He made a paste of herbs and camphor and all and gave it to the Pujari to apply to Balaji over here. But Balaji was so happy with his devotion that for his devotional service, he was so attached to his devotional service. Right? How many of us are so attached to our devotional service? If we get the opportunity, we are happy. But if somebody else comes to do, we are happy to share the load. So, credit I will only get, but you can help me from the end. We may think like that. So he was so happy, Balaji. He told the Pujari that from today onwards, commemorating the devotion of Anantacharya, for posterity, every day this should be, the same ingredients ka paste should be applied to me over here. Along with this, even here. Right? So even today, Balaji applies this paste over here, right? That was the devotion of Anantacharya. And his service was again making the garden and making a garland out of it. So one day while he was making the garland, a poisonous cobra bit him. And poison was spreading. So the disciples, by then he had many disciples. So disciples said, Guru Maharaj, please take some medical treatment. So he just continued with this seva. He didn't listen. And they were getting so worried. They were in so many ways trying to convince him. Maharaj, please, disciples are always worried, If something happens to you, what will happen to us? Please, Maharaj, please, take care of your health. Right? But he continued with his seva. So when Guru doesn't listen, then you go to God. So they went to Balaji and they said, Prabhu, our Guru Maharaj is being bit by a snake. Please do something. Otherwise, he will lose his life. So Balaji knew that he will come to offer the garland to me. At that time I will tell him. So when he came to offer the garland, he told that, what is this I am hearing, Anantacharya? So you have been bitten by a snake and you are not taking any treatment? So Anantacharya looked straight into his eyes and he said, which snake are you talking about? I have been bitten by a big snake of envy, serpent of pride, serpent of greed. All these snakes have already bitten me and they are killing my soul and the poison is spreading. Should I pay attention to that snake? Or should I pay attention to this small pitlu little cobra who has bitten me and that has bitten my body, which is anyways temporary. And after all, the treatment for the serpent which has bitten my soul, you are the doctor and I am already doing the treatment of seva. That's going to cure my poison, right? So he told him that, but if you leave your body, then what will happen about me? I am attached to you. The Lord is attached to you. How many of us would want that? We are trying to develop attachment to the Lord, but here the Lord is attached to you. So he said, no, my Lord, if this small serpent which has bitten my body, if that, if I succumb to that poison, then I will go back, I will die and I will come back to Vaikuntha. And I will continue worshipping you in Vaikuntha Lok as Vaikuntha Nath. And if this snake is more powerful, I will still be alive and I will continue doing my seva here. In any case, the crux of the thing is my service to my spiritual master. So that was the devotion of Anantacharya, that again the Lord started crying because of his devotion. This is a devotee. He is so attached, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittate Kariya Aikya, to the instructions of the Guru. Another time, when he was doing his seva of garland making, Balaji sent some disciples that I want to meet Anantacharya, call him. So they went to Anantacharya and told him that Balaji is calling you. Imagine if you get a message, Madan Mohan is calling you today. What you would do? Madan Mohan, me! Sab chhod ke, whatever we are doing, we will run, Madan Mohan is calling me. Did you hear? Yeah? Me, I'm special. Madan Mohan is calling me. But here Anantacharya continued making his garland. And 2-3 hours went by, he made the garland and he went to Balaji. And Balaji said, what is this? I called for you and you didn't come. You disobeyed my order. I am very upset with you. So he said, Prabhu, your order was to come to meet you. But my Guru has ordered me to make this garland for you every day. Right? And any connection or contact I have with you is because of my Guru's order. I don't have any direct access to you. So whom I should give more importance to, the order of my Guru or your order? So I have nothing to do with you unless through my Guru. So Balaji is, but he still wanted to churn out the devotion of Anantacharya. So he said, do you know, for this offense of yours, I can throw you out of Sri Lanka, out of Tirupati. So Anantacharya started smiling. He said, my dear Lord, you are not from Tirupati. You are come from Vaikuntha here to do your pastimes with Padmavati. You do not belong to Tirupati. And neither I belong to Tirupati. I have come from Sri Lanka here. So both of us are not permanent residents here. So you have no legal rights to throw me out like this. You have no legal rights to throw me out, right? And what do you think Balaji can do? Right? So such sweet exchanges, there are so many such pastimes, right? That which show the devotion and his dedication and his attachment and the growth of his bhakti. Why? Because he took the order of his spiritual master seriously. His guru asked, okay, who will go? And he volunteered to go. And gradually, along with cultivating the garden, by doing devotional service, he was cultivating the garden of his bhakti in his heart. He was cultivating that garden to such an extent that he achieved the goal of bhakti, some siddhir Hari Toshanam. Hari was so pleased with him, he just couldn't give up his association. Even for a minute, he could not give up. Anytime he would call for him, he would miss him, he would do that, right? What a fortune to be on that level. So this is that Anantacharya. And when he gives an answer to the question of the Vaishnava, how many of us are eager to hear and understand that what is that answer he gave? And if we hear that answer, we can also follow that, and maybe we can also someday be some Siddhir Hari Toshanam. If you want to hear the answer, please say Hari Bol loudly.
Hare Krishna. Yes. So this background is very essential because sometimes what is said is important, but who said this is sometimes even more important, right? When Prabhupada says something, then it is a different thing. Somebody else can say the same thing, it's not going to be as important. So when we establish in our hearts, on the order of our hearts, a position of reverence for a great Acharya, for a great soul, then we become even more eager to hear his message. Right? So this few pastimes which he narrated help us to really understand the immense depth of his nishtha, his unalloyed devotion, right? And therefore, if we could follow what he is going to tell us now, we could follow in his footsteps perfectly well. So this particular devotee, you mentioned about him, he walked all the way and went to the top of the mountain and started staying there. Well, before he stayed there, he went and offered obeisances and said, I've been sent by Parasar Bhatta, and I'll come to you with a question. Dear Master, can you answer this question? He says, what is the question? He said, I would like to know from you, what is the qualities of a genuine Vaishnava? What are the virtues of a genuine Vaishnava? So he was so busy doing his services to the Lord. So he heard the question, but he simply just continued doing his services. By now you understand Adacharya is very busy doing various things. So he sort of immediately just went on with his routine of serving. And this simple devotee of ours, he felt, maybe I didn't ask properly. Maybe I'm not really qualified to get the answer right now. Maybe I should do some service and get purified, and then I will become more eligible, right? So to get answers also you have to have some eligibility criteria. So he decided he would stay there. So he started staying in the ashram of Anandacharya. He became like an inmate, just like he was an inmate there. He became an inmate here. And he began performing his regular duties here as an inmate, participating in all the activities necessary. And the classes, the stotra recitations, everything he was doing perfectly well. Now weeks, days and weeks passed and a few months passed and the question was not still, of course, answered. But he was going to stay there till answer would be there. Now one fine day, there was a announcement that on this there will be a great, what we call as a Food for Life program or a Bhandara, right? In the birthplace of Sri Balaji. And therefore, there will be many, many pilgrims coming to visit this place. So we have to do a lot of management to see that prasad is distributed efficiently. So there's a whole queue of people coming in, and people started coming in from early morning. And this, among other devotees, he also took buckets and started serving out the prasadam. They would sit in the line and they would start offering. And then when that group was over, he went and sat down to take his own prasadam. Like, every Brahmachari takes in the morning, right? And another came and said, please get up. And sir, more people are coming, right? So he just got up, right? So that time another group had just got into the depot. So they got up, and then started serving. And then when the group was over, he just said, okay, the service is over. He went and sat down. And then it was about to start. And after he said, another group was coming. So again he got up. So like that, there's a whole stream of devotees kept coming, pilgrims coming, and it went on from morning to afternoon, and the late afternoon, and then evening, and by late evening, the pilgrims had stopped. And by now our devotee had been serving, and at last, when he finished his services, this Anandacharya called over and said, you had a question, huh? He had not forgotten, right? But he had his own mechanism to see when this person should be given the right answer, right? So you had a question? I said, yes, master. What is your question? Can you repeat your question? I said, please tell me the qualities of a genuine Vaishnava. A genuine Vaishnava is like a grain, like a cock, like salt, and like you.
There you go.
And go. And he said these four things, and he went on with his service. Now our devotee was very bewildered. He expected a proper answer. Aisa karo, do this, do that, vidhi, nished, etc. This is what we should do, and then become, these are properties, qualities. And then he just got a one-line answer, which he didn't understand at all. And so in the bewilderment, he just out of obeisance says, I think the answer is already given, but I don't understand it too well. Maybe I should go back now. So my tenure here, my posting is over, right? So his tenure is over, I must go back to my Gurudev. So he went to Gurudev and out of obeisances and said, oh, you come back? Is the question answered? It has been now 6 months. After 6 months, he has come back. He said, yes, Gurudev, my question is answered. What is the answer? Anandacharya said that the qualities of Vaishnava are to be like a cock, crane, salt, and like me. So, can you give your bhakti on the purports? Well, I don't understand this, right? It's a very cryptic answer. And then the real thing came out, right? The Bhattacharya himself was a very exalted Acharya himself. And he knew exactly what he's been talking about. But for the pleasure of all of us, and down the line generations, elaborated and telling us what this really meant. So then he said, see, please sit down. The crane. Now some of us may have seen crane, but we have seen pictures of cranes, right? The crane is a white bird. A crow is a black bird, right? And so the color of the skin, Shukla Varna is also important, right? The Sukla Varna of the crane indicates that we should be practicing a life of inner and external purity. Purity means white, and mala means black, right? So, practice principles of purity on external level. Whatever that means, we know. We're taking a bath 2 times in a day, applying tilak, keeping ourselves clean, fresh clothes, etc. Clean habits, giving up all unwanted habits, dirty habits, and internally, and keeping the garden of our consciousness clean and trying to keep as much as possible all anarthas aside. And because Prabhupada has said, purity is the force, right? Whatever all of us are doing in terms of preaching, cultivating our own gardens, will be only more effective to the extent we are practicing the principles of purity, right? And the crane has a very peculiar quality. Its food is fish, right? That is its natural staple diet. So it stands there and is very, very focused. It's almost like a yogi meditating, right? Just stands on one leg like a yogi and fixes his gaze on the water which is going. Water is going, right? And the small shrimps are there, chota shrimps and other fish, but they all fish are allowed to go. And when the big fish comes, catches the fish, eats the fish, right? So this quality is very important for Vaishnava growth. That means he learns to avoid all unwanted stuff. He never gets distracted. He keeps his gaze fixed, right? Our gaze is fixed where? At Krishna's lotus feet, at Guru Agya, right? And therefore, we want to avoid distractions. And this world, unfortunately, is full of distractions. The only one thing is attractive is Krishna and Krishna's devotees. But the entire world is created for the soul to get distracted. Maya creates emanations of mass distraction. So Christ has warned us. When he was with his apostles, he was saying that when I'm walking in front, just walk behind me and keep looking at my feet. Don't look behind, he said. Very important. Again, Christ being an Acharya, also giving a cryptic answer to his apostles about what lifestyle they should have. Don't look behind. Looking behind means looking back to things we all have given up. Before becoming devotees, we were doing this and that, so many things we were doing. But we have given up many things. We should never aspire for the things we have very happily given up. It's gone, it's buried in the waves of time. I don't want to get into that again. Finished. And because sometimes old habits can again come back. There is something a demon called as Sakatashur, which is considered like a ghost demon. So old habits which we have cultivated before may suddenly come back in the future also, and we will start behaving and thinking in a deviant manner because of those old conditionings. If we are not vigilant, therefore we don't want to go back into any of those bad habits which we had before, whatever they may have been. However shady was our lifestyle was, gone is gone. Don't look on the sides. Also, just look at me. Why? Because sides means the world offers so many distractions on the sides. This and that, this and that, this and that. Just like you have this horse, he has a shield on the eye. He doesn't look on the side. So when this is something similar to what Gita says, Vyavasayika buddhi, right? So whatever human energy we have, be completely focused. So like Prabhupada said, if you are sincere and serious and have no personal agenda, you will go back to Godhead in this very lifetime. This is Prabhupada's and black and white written promise in his holy books. That's all we have, right? So the crane teaches us the element of being very, very focused and not allow anything. And there will be all these attractions. But be focused, be focused, be focused. And that's why we come to Srimad Bhagavatam class. That's why we come to the temple regular. That's why all of you are here. That's why we are here. All of us here together. Because we want to maintain that steady discipline focused in our life. And never want to get distracted from the Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Which we have also. Right? Also, the fish has another water property. The crane, the crane, sorry. The crane has another property.
So the crane, when he is standing in a particular,
Yes, I just remember. The crane has another property that when the river floods, it stands on the river side, at the bank, the river starts flooding, a lot of water starts coming in big gush, right? And that can steer away the crane is both ways in one stick like he has got. Big flood comes, he will be swept away. The crane moves away from the place and goes to a pond or a nice white lake and stands it at the same thing. Similarly, when there's a big gush of materialism or materialists in a particular place, devotee leaves that place. Right? He has no business being around where a lot of materialists have gathered, but he comes to a place like this with a small line devotees. Right? So he's very conscious about his environment and where he is. If he's placed, he's placed in a place where there are a lot of material talk, material things are going on, he shun that place. Doesn't go to that place. Right? So these are major properties are there which are like the what are we learning from today? Learning from the crane.
Krenacharya.
It's called Krenacharya, right?
The second thing which he told was that you should be like the cock or the hen. Okay? If you observe a cock or the hen, what are they doing all the time? What is the hen always doing?
Pecking.
Pecking. They're just going around just pecking. And what is she pecking in? In a garden? No, in a where dirt is there, garbage is there, right? But she doesn't eat garbage. What is she pecking from even a dirty place? Nutritious grains. It's very selective. Not like the crow that they will eat the dirt. But it's very selective. Wherever it is, the hen or the cock, they're just pecking and taking out the what? The nutritious essence. So the cock is known as a sargrahi. Sargrahi means taking the essence of everything, right? So obviously wherever you go, there is going to be wanted and unwanted things. So that is why a devotee is known as a Paramahamsa, means he can always extract what is the essence and leave the rest. It can extract the milk from the water and separate that, and that's why he is known as a Paramahamsa. So, Sargrahi, not taking the unwanted things. What is the Hindi Sanskrit word for unwanted? Anartha. Anartha, right? Anartha means unwanted things which you are trying to get rid of. So that is how a devotee is. From whichever situation of life we can go through, there is always something to learn, some positive message that is there, right? Life is going to bring so many negativities in our, it's not going to go smooth, that everything is perfect, everything. But a devotee tries to feel, like Kolovacha Sridhar, for example, when Mahaprabhu told him that, look, what did you get by worshipping Krishna? You don't even have a proper roof. There are no holes in your roof, then there is roof. And look at your clothes. You only tie knots to the clothes. There are more holes in your clothes than cloth. So why are you worshipping Krishna? What has he given you? And Sridhar, he had nothing in his house except a dented pot, which is said that even the most desperate thief would not take that pot away. But did he even complain? Forget complaining, he was just seeing positively. Even when Nima is trying to instigate him, what is he telling? That I am so happy doing my service to Krishna. Right? Time passes the same for the king or the bird. So he was taking out the essence of what needs to be done. That my needs are satisfied. What are my needs? They're all satisfied. I'm happy. If I'm living in a palace, the time passes the same for the king also if he's living in a palace, and even for the bird who's living in the tree. So what is such a big thing, you know? This is positive thinking. The whole world is full of negativity, isn't it? People put negativity in you, even if you don't, something doesn't happen. I mean, people will say, see, what happened? Did anything good happen to you? Your health became bad by becoming a devotee. Your family member died by becoming a devotee. You lost your business by becoming a devotee. People are there to add fire to fuel. I mean, fuel to fire. By trying to tell you. And obviously, negativity more strongly influences us than positivity. You can catch on. But that's what a devotee is. He is always trying to see the glass is half full. Glass is half full, you know. Krishna is taking so much care of me, I should have died. But at least I'm alive. Accident okay, like, yeah. So I'm alive today. He's always seeing the positive. So this is how a devotee is supposed to see. Prahlad. So many instances are there. Prahlad. How the father was trying to kill him in so many ways. But Prahlad was unaffected because his mind was fixed on higher things, nutritious things, right? So that is how a devotee always thinks. What is positive in this for me? Even though, you know, so many things are going wrong. Some devotee told you something in the temple, made some comment, and you say, in the office also this happens. What is the point of coming to temple? You know, devotees are also telling these things to me. But what all you are getting? Are you going to, I'm not going to come to temple from tomorrow. Are you going to stake your whole spiritual life just because somebody told two words to us? Right? So, again, positivity has many connotations. And one more aspect of positivity is even we have to learn how to take positive feedbacks from people. We have to be so strong internally that even if people tell us, you don't get so shaken up. Oh, this is how they think of me. This is how they talk of me. In this world, no matter what you do, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But if your goal is very clear, that what am I doing? My goal is clear. I am focused on my goal, what I have to do, and I will pick up only those good things from whatever situation I have been put in, and I will not get affected by anything. So even when people give us feedbacks, we must have that much inner strength to be able to take a feedback. We are always very eager to give feedbacks, isn't it? Anything? Something you will have to say. Prabhu, don't you think it would have been better if you had taken a bigger hall over here? Or, Prashad could have been this. In Yatra also, some comment, something will happen. Somebody will say something. Don't you think temple should have been white color instead of brown color? Everybody has some thoughts, everybody has some suggestions, right? But how many of us are eager to take feedbacks? We have seen some people, they will go around telling that, Prabhu, if you see me doing anything wrong now, please tell me. Who will tell me? Usually what happens, when you are young, people will tell you. When we become senior, who will bell the cat? Who will bell the cat? Nobody wants to come and give us a feedback. Even if we are doing wrong, then we are in the most unfortunate situation. They say nobody is more unfortunate than a devotee whom nobody will give feedbacks to you. तो इसको कुछ बोल के मतलब नहीं है, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, कुछ फायदा नहीं होगा. So through our words and action, we have to try to present ourselves in such a way that people will feel free to communicate with you if you are doing something wrong. That's our only saving grace. If nobody can tell us anything, then what will happen to us? Who's going to tell us? Juniors are not going to tell us anything. New people are not going to tell. So unless we create that comfort level among us equals, among the leaders, then only you can feel safe. Otherwise, it's a matter of time. The higher you go, the harder you fall. It will be like that. So another aspect of this hen is we should want to take feedback in a positive way. Take it for your own good. That somebody is saying something, Prabhupada, the world Acharya, and he's gone on a morning walk and this one woman comes and tells, that you should not print magazines, you should print books. So Prabhupada could have easily said that I know better than you, okay? Keep walking. But he took that immediately and he started writing books from magazines. Prabhupada was sick And the doctor came and said that Swamiji, you don't walk much. You are sitting only all the time. You should walk. So again, Prabhupada could have said, no, that you know what all I have to do sitting over here? You are just a walk. But Prabhupada took it seriously and he started walking. Imagine, it was a feedback, na? It was a feedback from a non-devotee. But he still took even that. So a humble devotee, only a humble devotee can take feedbacks. And we can give classes on humility, but if we can't take feedback, that means we have no humility in us. Right? So we have to pray to Krishna for that. And one of the real qualities of a Vaishnava is this, that we have to be like a cock or a hen, very eager for these type of things to create positivity and learn how to be a sargrahi, take the essence from even devotees. What stops us from making growth from our growth graph is what? We become very critical of people we see around us. But if we learn to become a sargrahi, even if you see devotees around us who are having so many things which might be going wrong, you will at least see that he has some good in him. You will see that and not get into that critical mode, right? Sometimes we just get into the critical mode so deep that it's even at the cost of ruining our own spiritual life. So we must have people around us who can at least tell us that I think you're going overboard critically about this particular person. अपने को क्या लेना देना? Leave it. Not just see what all else he or she is doing. Let's focus on that instead of that. Let's become a sargrahi, right? So you have to remember this is a Vaishnava. Let's become sargrahi. Spread positivity in the world. There is enough negativity. If we are Vaishnavas, we should be different than the material people. We must learn how to spread positivity in any community, in any society, in any circle. Let's be messengers of positivity.
Hare Krishna. What the third one? Salt. Right? So this is very even more profound, right? And even more relatable because when you eat a dish, nice prasadam. Suppose today Nilesh Prabhu has made prasadam upstairs, right? You all of you Nilesh Prabhu, you know? They're a wonderful Vaishnava, I tell you that much, right? And suppose spicing is perfect, amount of frying is perfectly fried, balanced fried, the turmeric is perfect, the tadka is perfect, but there is no salt. Possible? Not possible. Not possible. So it doesn't apply to English food, right? But in a dish, when you glorify a dish which you have eaten, now how many times you have appreciated prasadam? Many, many times. Kya dish hai, kya prasadam hai? Have you ever glorified prasad because for its salt content? Do you ever done that? क्या सॉल्ट डाला है परफेक्ट डाला है जब माताजी परफेक्ट आपका हाथ में जादू है परफेक्ट सॉल्ट डाला है आपने you ever say that? You never said that. But when the salt is not there, the whole dish is
We immediately say, "Arey, yaar, salt nahi डाला."
salt. But when it is there, it is never glorified. What does it mean? If it is not there, you see it. But if it is there, you don't see it. What is the meaning of that? This is such a deep lesson from salt, actually, right? That you are there, and you see the salt. See tadka, tadka, jeera. Can you see jeera? Rai, you can see rai. Methi, tadka, you can see. You can see. Kari patta, you can see. Do you see the salt? No. You never ever have a dish which you have ever eaten in your life where you see, अरे salt दिख रहा है मेरे को यार, क्या salt डाला है? Never see the salt. But all the taste ka glory goes to the salt, but you never even see it. This is so beautiful. And so perfect analysis. How one of them must have thought about this. Deep understanding of all the see salt in such a different way than most of us, right? It means a devotee is doing everything necessary and for the mission, for his own purification, for the center, for the community necessary, but he remains completely invisible. Invisible. He's never a person who aspires to be seen as he's a frontline devotee. The frontline Mataji. Yes, frontline. Right? But you're frontline, not frontline. You want to remain very inconspicuous. And even if you get, but someday should be the front line, right? If everyone in the back line, then what is in the front? So if you're in the front line, what does that leader do? Everyone gets credit to the front line devotee, right? Alright, Prabhuji, because of you, everything is happening. What does he do? He passes the credit to everybody else. So, in a devotee's bank balance, there is never any deposits of credit. It's a credit and debit, right? But the bank balance of a devotee's passbook, you will never find any passbook entry which has got credit inside, right? It is always debit. He's always sharing. So his passbook is always empty. Credit entry mein zero. He's just so happy to give credit to everybody else. Imagine Prabhupada. I mean, he's always an example for perfect for everything. You do a nice kirtan or give a nice class or do some nice decoration in the temple. People say, "Kya Mataji, kya decoration, kya prasad, kya mana hai." Imagine starting a worldwide society at the age of 70 years. What glory is that having 108 temples? But do we ever feel proper to even an iota of credit for that? Iota, a micromolecule of a credit for that? Do you ever feel? Did you ever feel like that? No. Where did credit go? The credit was there, right? Someone should take the credit. Where did the credit go? So all the credit went to the spiritual master. Right? Such important lesson. Prabhupada was perfect example of a right? Perfect example of Prabhupada. And there cannot be a better example than Prabhupada, who did everything and even more. Right? But never took credit. He simply used to say, I'm successful because I'm simply repeating the word. You would only say this word. That's all you would say. I'm simply, without any change, repeating the words of my spiritual master. That's the only glory given to himself. And that also I'm doing like a postal peon. Mera kuch nahi hai. Somebody gave me a postcard or an envelope to give, I'm just giving it. No addition, no subtraction.
The whole world today is fighting for name, fame, recognition. Isn't it? All the fights, all the politics, everywhere, that's the only thing that happens. And if again that same thing is going to happen among Vaishnav community, then how are we different? Tumi kishera Vaishnav? The question is asked in the song, na? Ami kishera Vaishnav? What type of a devotee I would be if Sanatan Goswami also said that ग्राम्य व्यवहार पंडित को ही सत्य कोरी मानी. People may glorify us that oh Prabhuji, you are doing so wonderful. You are there, so the world is there and everything people, because that's the one nature of Vaishnavas. The problem comes when we start believing that Satya Kori Mani. Repeatedly people are telling, repeatedly people are glorifying. So somewhere it starts sticking in us, right? So that's where our bhakti comes into action. That we have to keep praying to Krishna that Krishna, please, I want to be like that salt. Salt is a taste enhancer. So what does it mean, taste enhancer? Salt is taste enhancer. So the more I put, the more taste will be enhanced. Not like that, right? How much salt you have to put? QS. QS means quantity sufficient. Quantity sufficient salt has to be there. Not too much, not too less, right? So we try to understand that I am not going to be, just because salt is good, I want to put so much of it and take the glory of it. To remain in the background and still do everything. Not that anyway I have to remain in the background, so I do also. ऐसा भी attitude हो सकता है ना. Anyway I am supposed to not come in the front, तो करके भी क्या मतलब है? But you are supposed to do everything and still not take the credit. And who was the supreme example of this particular quality? Who was it? Prabhupada was there, Hanumanji. Right? He went and found Sita in Lanka. He was the only one who found, right? But he told everybody, don't go ahead, we'll all go together. That is the quality of shared glory. That who did it? We found Sita. He could have said, no, I found Sita. Everybody didn't go across to Lanka. Did everybody go across to Lanka? No. Only he went across, but still he said what? We found Sita. So this tendency which is there in all of us, that we want everybody to know, that I did something. It's because of me. But we have to learn from these great acharyas like Prabhupada, like Hanumanji. What? That there is no glory in I. It's always we, right? That's what it is said in collective purity, collective unity is more important than individual purity. So to that tendency to project ourselves, we have to learn from this salt. I have to do everything as good as I would get all the credit without getting the credit. If Hanuman did everything as if the whole thing depended on him, the whole mission of finding Sita depended on him. With that intensity he did. But he still remained in the background. In this context, we will just request Lilananda Prabhu and Mataji. We have done a small drama on Hanumanji this year to glorify Hanumanji. This aspect and many more aspects of the personality of Hanuman is coming out. So we would like to request you all, Prabhuji will forward it in this group. Please do watch the dramas. Sometimes when we hear the lectures, we forget it. But when you see something visually, you will remember that in a much stronger way. Because these personalities are here to teach us these particular messages, right? So that is one of the things of salt. Second quality of salt.
Second quality of salt, which is important, is, as you said, neither more nor less. More is troublesome, less also is troublesome. It means just enough. That means salt teaches us the art of balance. The art of balance, right? Today morning itself, I had a discussion with one very senior leader of our ISKCON, who was doing so many activities, preaching in more than 15 places, in a very senior position in the government, right? Has a family of his own. The temple playing a major role as a member of the management committee. So much he's doing for us so many years, right? And he started losing weight, losing a lot of weight. And he went to the top gastroenterologist of the city, and he was told that through all the tests that we have no medical problem. No medical problem. All the tests are negative. The problem is in the mind. You have not given your mind enough rest. You've been neglecting your food, you've been neglecting your sleep, you've taken so much on your head. High position in the government, high position in the temple, and so much teaching activity, not just in your area, but spreading all around, traveling so much, you have neglected. And your mind is not able to, even when you are in bed, your mind is always thinking about all various things, and therefore you have lost weight. So now, we have discussed today how he has stepped back, resigned from this, given up that, stopped this. So now I want to focus, now I'm reading various articles and everything else, how I can make my mind peaceful, and through my mental energy, again revive my body. What a lesson to learn? The art of balance. Right? So, everything. Now the body is teaching us balance, right? Everything in the body has to balance. High blood pressure, problem. Low blood pressure, problem. High sugar, problem. Low sugar, bigger problem. Right? So everything has to be in high temperature outside, problem. Low temperature, so the world is teaching us that life has to always remain in a state of balance. Lots of money, problem. No money. Of course, corruption is an extreme example which we cannot imitate at all, but Mahaprabhu's followers are like that. Right? The principle is there. No money, big problem, big money, a lot of money, probably even more problem. Right? Just enough to do our various activities, right? So therefore, salt is teaching us the art of yukta ahara, yukta vihara, yukta cheshta karmashu. Right? Whatever we are doing, family, right? Somebody says, oh, okay, wonderful, very nice. Family, oh, my son now, he started smoking, he's now going to drugs now, Hare Krishna. The real examples, right? Oh, my daughter now, she's run away with somebody else without even telling us. So no, family neglected. So they started hunting for love outside. No love from the family. All love is going towards Krishna. Prabhupada, right? So we can never be neglectful of any of our God-given duties as well. Everything has to be given its due share of equal importance. Anything neglected means it will be a problem. You neglect health problem, neglect a financial problem, neglect family. You cannot afford to neglect anything in life. And that's what the art of balancing comes in. Everything receives its due share of time, energy, and focus. Right? Who teaches that thing? Principle? Simple salt. Salt is so simple, and the principle it is teaching us is so profound, right? And it was detected by another Acharya. And of course, the last thing, there will be more things from salt, but the last thing is said, and salt, grain, and like you. Okay. So then we want to ask the audience, all of you, what glory and what are the properties, traits in this wonderful student who went to learn from another Acharya? We made him say that, oh, you should be like you also. What are those qualities which you saw in him? Huh? Passion? Patience. You saw patience, right? Want so much patience. So much patience, right? You go from here to Kolhapur and then you say, you don't get the answer. So you stay there after 6 months. You will probably stay for the rest of his life. Who knows, right? Patient, right? So enthusiasm and patience are considered as symptoms of surrender. Right? Truly patient. What else did you find in him? Yeah, very curious to know. Childlike curiosity to know. Right? And what type of questions to ask? Profound questions. They're not silly questions, not childish questions. Deep questions. Properties, virtues of a genuine Vaishnava. What a wonderful question. Right? What else do you find in him?
He did Pranipad and then did Seva too.
In Pranipad and then Seva. Right? He surrendered to the order of his Guru and is brought up for his service attitude. Right? This is a hallmark. He was always willing to serve. No complaint. So these are traits which we see in the student as well. And therefore, because of that, he became qualified to receive this wonderful answer. So, when we practice these things, we become qualified to attract Krishna's grace. This anugraha comes when we start practicing. And Krishna sees that, yes, today in the class we discussed about these 4 things. Now, from today evening and from tomorrow, when we start practicing this in a consistent manner with sincerity, he says, okay, he learned these things and is practicing this as well. He becomes eligible for my anugraha. Right? And because our Bhakti beach does not grow only on our effort. Right? The formula of Yasoda Maya, you can never forget. 2 fingers. Our effort and anugraha of the Lord. So when we put our effort to the max, then we attract Krishna's grace. And because of the combination of these 2 factors, the growth takes place. Right? So this is where we discuss the beautiful pillars of growth. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna.
Seven 751.
150.
This, I believe, was kind of the shortest lecture here.
You're supposed to end at 7.
We go on till 8:30.
So really?
Yeah. But I would request any questions. Yeah.
Questions?
If you're okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. I had one question to each of you. So, Really, you were talking about we stop asking questions after a certain period of time. So one is we lose inquisitiveness. Other thing really I find is that we have this ego issue also sometimes, that when we are advancing or when we ask to our senior, then sometimes this self ego comes that he will get to know what my Patit's situation is.
Weaknesses.
Yeah. So, and we try to project ourselves in a better image always.
Mhm.
So, that sometimes also kind of inhibits to ask our questions. How to come out.
True. Very, very nice. This probably is one of the reasons which boosts us from asking questions. That see, when we start becoming going to the path of bhakti, before becoming devotees, we are scarcely aware about what's happening in our heart. Right? We have no insight about our inner persona, our state of consciousness. We don't know anything of that. We just think everything is fine, everything is, great. But the moment we start becoming involved in the bhakti process, we become acutely aware of the state of our consciousness, right? And all the good and also the not so good. Hmm? And that is Krishna's mercy, that he becomes aware of what is not proper in our consciousness or our weaknesses. Now that is why, at least in our Hare Krishna society, there is a system of mentors or counselors, or bhakti leaders, right? There are always the senior leaders who are trustworthy. When we have a problem of the type you are talking about, we need to meet a trustworthy devotee. Because the trustworthy devotee means he will not, as you said, the fear is being judged. The fear is of being judged. I have been judged. Oh, he said this fellow is a gone case fellow, right? But within a society, there are so many mature devotees around you, right? Who will not be judging you. Why? Because a mature devotee is like a doctor. A doctor does not see a dirty patient, right? He just sees a tumor. He's supposed to deal with what? Only the tumor, right? The person is not bad. What is bad within him is the tumor. So a mature devotee understands that when somebody presents his problem, right, the person is good, but the infection is bad, right? Maybe it's created by pride, or created by lust, or created by whatever else, envy. And therefore, an expert devotee or senior Vaishnava, person who can scoop out that for you, he said, this is what you should do, you get rid of the infection. So you need to go to such a devotee who will be not judgmental, but you should go. Because many times Krishna's mercy starts coming when we express our weakness. If we hide our weakness, and then we hide ourselves, that infection will probably will grow. Therefore, to go to a Vaishnava with this query is a good sign. It's a very healthy sign. The person wants really help. It's a very healthy sign. It's like when if you're sick, you go to a doctor. Is it shameful to go to a doctor? Doctor, I have got julab, loose motion. Is it bad? No, you go. So it's just like an infection of the soul. That's all. Just go to a proper doctor.
Thank you. And Mataji, you mentioned this point of collective unity is greater than individual purity. So could you please elaborate in that? Sometimes we have this notion of like Jan Sartha Kori Koro Prabhupar. So isn't that like reverse of this, that we first focus on our purity and then we go for, like I do not understand that.
Here we are talking of many times when we are doing any service, we feel like projecting ourselves, no? That I want to do things alone so that I get the credit alone. But it's better to give up that individually trying to do something to get glorified, and collective unity is better because that's what pleases Krishna more. That is a contextual difference.
Siddharth Prabhu, you can take one of the questions. We are already really tired.
Prabhuji, please come here.
You want to ask question?
Please.
Yeah, ask.
You have not been walking, but I've seen you have not been walking around. And if you need to walk, you can walk up to the stage here. To the dais here. Ajao.
Siddharth Prabhu is like salt. He always likes to remain in the background.
Please take ask.
There's no space.
Yes, Prabhu. Huh?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. How we will say elders, mother, father? So we will say God, Krishna, Radha. They are bigger. No?
The father and mother को भी give respect. Why do we call Krishna and Radha?
By name is said.
Radha and Krishna by names we are calling, but for parents we are saying Mata Pita.
Why are they calling Krishna?
Give more respect.
Anyone else answer to this brilliant question?
When there is too much love,
Big question, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah, so he answered the question, right? So when there is a lot of love, you can call by the first name, right? So there is, because we love Krishna, we call him by his name. Yeah, but
Sorry, in fact, in
You can take one minute.
in Telugu, you don't say Krishna also. You say Krishnaru. It's more endearing term. You don't say Krishna also. Krishnaru. It is like
G.
it's not G. It's a little less than that.
Yeah.
Very more informal. Little less respectful.
it's
so
More love and more influence.
more love and less respect.
Hey Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances and I hope by the time next time you come, you will try to follow whatever points you have shared.
Jai, there you go.
Prabhuji, my question to you is, Prabhuji and Mataji talked about crane standing on one single leg and letting all the small fishes go. So even amongst our peers or seniors, sometimes we can see that there can be better way of doing things. And we may feel like, okay, let me suggest this, why it's not happening in this way. We should have definitely done it in a more better way. But sometimes we also feel that, am I crossing my line? They are more senior, even peers are more respectful. So I'm not qualified here to say more or even try to push little more. So how to, in a way I can say, I can stand like a crane and let the small fishes go, and whatever that quality a devotee is exhibiting, let me only pick that. On the other hand, I also feel that in the service of Srila Prabhupada, why can't it be more better? So how to balance this?
In the beginning of our married life, I remember Prabhuji had made a point. I have this tendency to pick faults in others very easily, especially in the wife. So I will say, don't do this in a particular way, do this in a particular way. I have this tendency to be. I have a tendency to be very, not very big things, small things, but she used to get upset with that. So I remember Prabhuji had told long time back that there is no use, you choose one or two things that you think that she needs to improve immediately. When those two things are done, then only you take the other next two if you want to. But if you say she has 1,000 faults, all 1,000 will be there for the rest of our life. I never just ignore them. So take one or two of them, but this is what Prabhuji told me. So if you have faults, if you observe something going wrong or something not up to the mark, it is better that
we do something about it if it's going to have a very big ramification later on. But small things, it just, if it's the advantage is not there, but it will leave it and let it go.
Yes, very good.
He's asking a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. So I learned very important points today. But point is, you explained salt. I stuck up there actually. So I read the Bhagavatam. If you look at the Bhagavatam, everywhere sacrifice. They neglected everything for Krishna. If you look at Dhruva Maharaj, and if you look at Prahlad Maharaj, if you look at Bharat Maharaj, so every character in Bhagavatam, they neglected everything. Then only they went to Godhead. So if you balance everything, right now we have to look after family, jobs, everything, right? No, where is the Krishna conscious? Where we are spending more time to be Krishna conscious? So I think my point is we are coming to this Bhakti Center weekly once. Okay, we are working on the Krishna conscious 2 hours, 3 hours. Right? We are doing japa for 16 hours. So that is the only sacrifice for Krishna we are doing. When we go to the Godhead, so with the simple sacrifice, who will accept the simple sacrifice? Point is, everybody sacrificed in Bhagavatam 24/7. They are all kids, right? No, they are very kids, right? If you look at Dhruva Maharaj, so many kids they achieved lot of things towards Krishna consciousness. So my only point is, how can I achieve that kind of conscious? So if you balance like salt, so where is the point? Where can I achieve that kind of Krishna conscious? So that is what my question is.
Very interesting question. So I'll say my side, and then our fellow Vaishnavas will also say their side. Okay. So first of all, do not think so small of ourselves. Because we are following what we call as the path of. There are 3 levels of bhakti: Vaidhi Bhakti, Ragavika Bhakti, and Prem Bhakti. Right. So what level are we right now? Right. Vaidhi Bhakti means you are doing what is told to you and me to do. Are you doing, and what I am doing, with Prabhupada has told us to do? Prabhupada has told us to do whatever we are doing. We are standing 16 hours, following the principles, taking care of our families, doing our job, etc. And we are hoping that through that we are getting purified. Are we all feeling purified than what we were before? Yes, we purified. Right? Is the process working, you think? Even we are at Vaidhi process, are you thinking that the process is working with you or not? Yes. It's working, right? So simply we are hearing the example of Guru Maharaj, which are glorious examples. Now that example, how you have to and I have to follow, is given by the Acharya. We cannot blindly follow them, obviously, right? So when Acharya is the process, we can see that by following that, it is working. Now, the next level, while doing these things, is that when we get purified, we realize that one important relation will come to our heart. What is that? Everything belongs to Krishna. That means I am still in the family. I am not given my family. The family will be there. Maybe I am not given a sannyas. The family is not even recommended. But I start seeing my drishti about my family will change. Right? I see my family more and more as Krishna's property. And my service to my beautiful daughter and to my loving wife is service to Krishna by keeping them happy in Krishna consciousness. Correct? So your view is changing. Whatever Krishna is giving you, your Shakti, your Buddhi, your Prana, your Artha, everything else, whatever resources you have, you are seeing everything as belonging to Krishna. You are using them everything. You are using your car, you are using everything. You think about what sacrifice I am making. But your inner consciousness is changing you are not connecting this, all these things as being mine. You are seeing all this in relation to Nirbandhe Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Uchyate. Right? So actually, as you become purified, you start seeing the whole world in relation to Krishna. And that is what is happening in your heart. And that is the inner sacrifice you are making to give up the material in the first place. You are seeing everything now in relation to Krishna. That is sacrifice. You are giving up your false attachment to all the things of this world. Even by living in the world, you are not living of the world. That is sacrifice. Right.
Hare Krishna Guruji. My question is about when somebody is really obsessed about something, maybe I want to make a billion or million, and even when God appears in front of them, they will say, I want a billion or I want a million.
I want a million.
Million rupees or billion rupees, whatever their desire is. Yeah? When God appears, they'll ask for that because they have been obsessed with that. Similarly, I see that Anantacharya, for example, he was completely devoted to his Guru. Yeah? Even when God came, he is giving priority to what the Guru said. Right? And in Bhagavad Gita, it says, Antakale cha mapecha smaran mukta kaleva. At the last moment of our life, if somebody, if a devotee thinks about me, he will reach me or he will reach my nature. That's what Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Now, if the devotee or the devotee is so much obsessed with his Guru, and when the Lord himself comes, he is still thinking about the Guru, then will he reach God? Because I have seen one video of one person who was about to pass away. Very little time was there, and that was shared in our group. And the bhajan was going on. And in our bhajans here also, we have Jaya Prabhupada, right? And we don't know when that person's last moment comes. And if that person is thinking about Prabhupada instead of Lord Krishna, will he or she still go to Lord Krishna? Sorry if I am asking something offensive to somebody, but this was my sincere doubt. Thank you.
There are two, three things I can think of. One is, as Prabhuji said, what Anantacharya said was my only connection to Krishna is through Guru. Even in all our cases also, we don't have any connection with Krishna at all. Because the only service we can do that can attract Krishna's mercy is how we serve our Guru. There is no other connection that we have with Krishna. Only when the Guru says, okay, the way Prabhupada says that, okay, Krishna will say, this fellow is useless fellow. Hardly has done 16 rounds, that too with lack of attention, offending devotees, eating wherever he wants to, whatever he wants to. But if Radharani says that, no, he's a good guy, so Krishna will take it. And for that, Radharani to say that, finally, our Guru, then his Guru, then his Guru. Finally, that's how it reaches Radharani. So, the only connection we can have with Krishna is through Guru only. So, and when Guru is pleased with our service, only then he will forward our, the promotion letter from it. Finally, in our company, for example, the CEO gives the promotion letter, but CEO doesn't know me at all. It's my boss who will tell his boss and finally to his CEO that, okay, this guy works hard and he has contributed a lot to the company. The CEO is too far away for me to, even if I do something very big from my point of view, from the CEO's point of view, it's insignificant. So from Krishna's point of view, whatever we do is insignificant because he's already had I remember what Prabhuji asked also. The match is already fixed. We can, how much ever good service we can offer, we are not going to become the 6 Goswamis or Radharani ever in this. The first top billion positions are already filled. There's no way we can do anything about it. The match is already, what we can do is something. I remember once before the Bhagavad Maharaj saying that he was giving during the Bhagavatam class, they used to cut vegetables, no, before. So he gave this example that how I can think that, okay, I woke up at 4 in the morning today, I chanted my rounds, drove 40 kilometers to the temple, and all I get is a potato to peel or cut. So if you think like that, there is no way it's going to make any difference to our advancement. But you can also think that after millions of chanting and so much following relative principles, pleasing the Guru, serving the Vaishnavas, now I am getting this one potato to peel and cut, which will eventually be cooked and offered to Krishna's for Krishna's pleasure. If you think like that, you said by cutting a potato, you can go back to God. Forget about offering big services. Eventually, the only way we can go back to God is by pleasing Krishna. There's no other way.
Perfect.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Mataji. So my question is based on the crane examples which I've had. My doubt comes from how you have said the crane shifts his or her position from the wavy and turbulent river to calm pond, so it can focus on the fishes to catch them. So does that mean that we have to change our consciousness in the situation we are present in, or we have to physically change the environment? Please clarify that.
You are in college? You are in college, right? So there are a lot of people who need a college, when you join college, you see who are all materialistic boys and girls talking, chit-chatting, maybe doing things which are, not very attractive in your understanding of what is good and not good, like that, right? So you may not want to go into that company and try to make that as your friendship circle. Rather, you would find people who are more like you. They're not ISKCON, quote unquote ISKCON, but who are more pious, more simple, more loving, caring, respecting, little bit attached to holy life, correct? Right? You figure out certain people, and then you'll be drawn more towards them. Even if there are just 2-3 girls like that, you are happy with that. Rather than mixing around, trying to artificially go to a place where they talk about crap, talking about things which are not really, what we call as prajalpa. Is it not? That's what is better. That you choose your company. If you find a lot of stuff here happening is very materialistic, I shift and choose my company towards people who are more conducive towards the growth of my bhakti. That's all right? Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji and Prabhuji, for giving such nice answers. It's such a great opportunity we are all getting actually to hear like this from seniors. I don't know how many of you, sometimes even I don't realize. Looking at all 3 of you have felt something. Can I share that too? I'll just take 2 minutes, not more.
You a chair, no?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I can stand. I've been sitting for a long time. This is a good. Prabhuji can understand. Little bit. Can you see all 3 of them are very happy?
Yes.
Yeah? I was thinking, why are they happy? I mean, I'm thinking like that. I know the answer, you all know the answer. But a way of looking at it. Normally, when you go to people and ask, what are the best days of your life? What do they say? College? College, right? Most of you say. But we say, college days, my school days. But what is the speciality in that college or school? Friends. Isn't it? Friends. And among those friends, we have many friends, but which are the most best friends that we have? The people who gave us something good in life. not the people who took away something from us, right? The people who gave something good. But when you go and ask people outside, when are you happy, they'll talk about past. But the only difference between outside people and devotees is devotees are happy now. You know, I mean, this is a way of looking at it. This is a way of why? Because we can't meet those friends. We have to wait for alumni to meet. Right? But we all are friends here. I see everyone here like a friend. And I'm meeting all of you every week. How fortunate are we that we're meeting our friend every single week? I mean, if you look at it, right? And here are three friends, if I can use that word. Please, sorry, excuse me. I saw the friendship in them. Prabhuji sitting here like, please come, we'll share, you talk. I mean, if this happens so often in life, if this happens so often in life that you're meeting your best friends of your life, right? None of the devotees here have exploited you. No, we should not exploit them. But they have not exploited you. So they are the best among the lot in your life that you have got. And that friends you are meeting every week. How fortunate are we? I mean, and just imagine that you are giving a reason not to meet them one week. How unfortunate are we? And what has Krishna given, Lord, Supreme Lord, can be seen in this friendship. You know, that he has brought the best people around us. And he said, now here are your friends, meet them, dance with them, sing with them, share with them, eat with them, cook with them, cry with them. Sometimes seniors are needed to just cry. Because you go through so many things. Physical, mental, emotional. You just need somebody to cry, many times. And we have so many to just get that shoulder, and let's say, Prabhu, nahi ho raha mere se. Prabhu, kuch nahi hoga. Saath milke karenge. Kuch nahi hoga. And I really felt that sitting there looking, Prabhuji, that the warmth that Prabhuji and Mataji and Sitanath Prabhu. So, we can feel the friendship. Can you see the friendship there? Can you feel that? Yeah, that's all is happiness in life. I mean, what are we trying to find it outside? I'm not standing here to give another lecture, but I'm just sharing, what I felt looking at them. Do you all feel that? Yes. Say loud, Haribol. That's all. And when the seniors come here, Krishna is sending among those friends the most chosen friends who are going to help us open up even more, right? And ask them the most difficult things that we are going through. And these opportunities should never miss out. We send out an invite, Prabhu, please come, please come, please come. Why? Because there are so many answers many cannot give who are around you, sometimes. But Krishna sends somebody and the answers come to you. Right? So, the way of looking at it, these seminars are very, very important. And don't think I'll see it online. Right? Krishna created many planets. We created two more, YouTube, Zoom. Right? They'll take you there if that's what you believe in. Right? If somebody is watching Hare Krishna, please come. Right? Once I was talking to Mataji is saying, is de-infecting after COVID is a big problem now. Come out of that online and come to the class. Because this is what you feel. Would you want to meet your friends in a Zoom class? No. You want to see them on. Ready?
Can't eat on Zoom.
Can't eat on Zoom. The best thing you can do, one service I would request everyone to do, is after the satsang, when you're eating prasadam, take pictures of the prasadam in different angles and post in that group and say how tasty it is. Make them desperate, make them miserable why they did not come here today. Yeah, you can add some 2-3 plates together you can take. But do that, right? Now, so let us thank Vishaka Priya Mataji, Dwarkadhish Prabhu, Sitanath Prabhu with 3 loud and enthusiastic Haribol! Hare Krishna, and please keep visiting here. Mataji, Prabhuji and Prabhuji, whenever you have time, you will have to please come, Prabhu. We want to take your association. And just one more thing, Prabhu, because everyone is here, I just need to do one small thing. Is that okay? 2 minutes it will take. Yeah. So we are doing Rath Yatra, you know that, right? Okay, before that, there is one more announcement. So very famous, great festival is coming next. What is that? See, nobody talks about Nirjal Ekadashi, I don't know why. Nirjal Ekadashi is...
For them, it's not a festival.
No.
Festival without prasad is not a
Festival
festival.
without prasad is not a festival. Nirjal Ekadashi is coming. On Tuesday it is coming. So we're going to do chanting here in this hall. It's open from morning 5 o'clock. Recommended time is 8 o'clock because you can finish your morning course, which is being a working day. Whoever wants to come here, Prabhujis or Mataji's, they can come here, sit down and chant till the evening. It is open till 9:30 in the night. So you come at 8 o'clock, chant till 9:30, you can even finish, I don't know, 108 rounds. You can target. It can be done. It's not to count and tell Krishna I've done 108. But just to do more on such an important day like Nirjal Ekadashi. If you are working from home, you can figure out how to work from Bhakti Center, and you can also figure out how to chant. But this is an opportunity, so it's an announcement for everyone. You can come here. We'll also keep some fruits, but on the 3rd floor, not here. Because I don't want to divert anyone. So if at all you're feeling hungry, your health is not permitting, go have some water or fruits. But whoever can do it. You can come here and do. And whoever can take a leave can also take a leave. Right? So that's one announcement. Second announcement is Rath Yatra. How many have filled this form here that you see? Jagannath Rath Yatra 2024. There are a lot of you who have not filled. So whoever has filled, whoever is not lifting the hand, make them click this and we make it ready on the phone right now. ఎవరెవరైతే ఫిల్ చేయలేదో మీ పక్క వాళ్ళు చేయలేకపోతే వాళ్ళతో అర్జెంట్ క్లిక్ చేయించండి, నాది చూడకండి, చేయించండి. Yeah, everybody. You have that in there. Just forward it to them. Are you in the group? Gachibowli Satsang group? You are there? Yeah? But you have not filled the form. So why don't you go there? I'll just help you fill it in 2 minutes. It's only 6 steps. Yeah? Yeah, just share it in the group. Prabhuji is sending it again in the group. Please please click Bhakti Center, General Bhakti Center group, and then, so first you have to write your name. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hare Krishna. So many have not lifted hand. Yeah, see, basically we want to make sure that 2 weekends in July, you are engaged somewhere in Jagannath Rath Yatra. Are you willing to do that? Yeah, very good. Then why don't you click that? The form is there in the group right now. Prabhuji has sent, just click the form, the same thing will open. Okay? After that, write your name. Prabhu, you want to write a sample? Go ahead, write a name. Okay? Yeah, write a name. Then after that, write a phone number. Then third question is very important. What is that? Are you planning to go back to Godhead? Yes, take me, I am ready. No, I need some more time to enjoy the material world. You can, after that you don't need to write. So, depending on the choice, you can fill the remaining form. If you want to go back to Godhead, then here is the service from God. Okay, na? Yeah, go down to. How many members in your family you want to bring? If there are only 3 in your family, get your neighbors. Complete it till 10. Bring 10, that is the target. Yeah? Okay, next. So 7th Sunday morning, you have 4 choices and 5th choice. Mayam Avatar, Mayam Ankura, Maturishi Nagar, Muppa Indraprastha. Choose one of them. And if you are busy that time, none of the above. I am not available. That's okay. Then Sunday evening, Green Grace, BHL Ramalayam, Aparna Communities, Aparna Zenith, none of the above. You can attend 2 Rath Yatras in a day. Morning, evening. Okay? Just fill that number. Then 12th Friday, we have Pebble City, and I think there is one more now.
Yes.
Raj Pushpa, Regalia. There are many Raj Pushpas. So that's it. Raj Pushpa Regalia. It will be updated in the form. If it's not there, for now you put none of the above. That means you are coming to Raj Pushpa. Anyway, And then, what happened to something happened? Right. We'll finish the form quickly. Yeah. Yeah. Then on 13th, Saturday. Saturday morning, my home Krishi, Lansam, Itania, and none of the above. Right? You can fill Saturday morning. And then Saturday evening, my home Jewel, Manikonda Ramalayam, Aliens, and none of the above. Right? You can click one of them. And finally, 14th, Maharath Yatra of all the three Raths. It's happening here. Right? Everybody please click this. Please make sure you are here. And NCC Urban is happening parallel and none of the above. That is Sunday evening. Right? Sunday morning is my home Vihanga, Bajpali Ramalayam, Rajushpa.
It's not moved.
It's moved now, yeah, and none of the above. So my humble request here, forward this form to everybody in your office. They can still attend Rath Yatra, right? Whichever locality they are living in. And if you are a manager and you have a team, you can make sure they'll attend. You want to take advantage here. This is the time to take advantage. You can tell them, right? How many of Rath Yatras you attended? Those many extra points you'll get in appraisal. You can do that. So please make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to come and pull the Rath, right? And there is a commander for each one of the Rath Yatra. You can see the commander's name and the phone number also. So as soon as you fill this form, that why am I asking you to do it right now? Because we are in the planning phase right now. We are looking at least 30 to 35 supporting devotees for each Rath Yatra. The community itself will have 100 to 200 minimum. Core devotees. But to support, to allocate services like prasadam making, prasadam distribution, crowd control, right? Sound system management, and Rath decoration, all that we need devotees. And Mridanga, Kartas, Kirtan, right? We need devotees. So if you don't fill your names now, in the last minute you come and call and tell, Prabhu, I am there. It's very difficult to engage you into the service. So you better click it now and make your neighbors also click. Make them fortunate. Prabhupada said, we are making the unfortunate fortunate. We are unfortunate, we became fortunate. Right? Make the unfortunate fortunate. Your neighbor doesn't know that this is happening. You can make it. We can make it happen, right? So the goal is, Radhesham Prabhu always says, 2 more. Get a chance to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. Take that opportunity. Make them fortunate, right? This year, in the last 3 years, the number of Rath Yatras are increasing in Hyderabad project. Earlier only 3 Rath Yatras to happen. Abbott's ISKCON, Secunderabad ISKCON, and Medchal ISKCON. So in 2021, we started adding some more here. Avatar and 3, I think 3 we did. So that became 6. So 2022, some more Rath Yatras started in other parts of Hyderabad. Small. This year we are doing close to 25 Rath Yatras. Within Hyderabad itself, right? Within Hyderabad itself. And everybody can do this. We already have Raths. Raths are available, right? So this year we are doing 25 and we have kept a target of 29. By 2029, we want to do 108 Rath Yatras in Hyderabad. Is it possible? Let's keep raising. What all we need to do is we need to enter a community, encourage the community to do the Rath Yatra, and devotees will go and do the Rath Yatra and preach them slowly and create a small community within the community. That is the goal. So all these, like Prasad Prabhu here, can you please stand up? I just request one more leader to stand up. So Prasad Prabhu here, he is running Bhakti Rickshaw in 2 places, in 2 temples, right? Near Gachibowli area. Ramalayam and another one?
Another one is Hafiz
Pet, yeah. So Hari Bol to Prabhuji and Mataji Mataji. So please support them. They need a lot of support. They are preaching. They need a lot of support. Right? Dasraj Prabhu and Arvind Prabhu are not here today. They are doing, Dasraj Prabhu is the biggest Rath Yatra. More than 6,000 people attend that Rath Yatra. It's huge. In 5 communities. He is very busy organizing police permissions, everything. Praveen Prabhu is here and Suma Mataji is here. They are doing Maino Mankura. Please support them. Very good. And first time we are doing in Muppa in the Prasad. It's a very prestigious villa community. And there is Brahmarama Mataji and Krishna Prasad Prabhu, both of them are there. They are organizing. They want a new program to start there. Pawan Prabhu is not there. Pawan Prabhu is planned to start. That's the plan. So, and there are many more new communities that are coming. And when Prabhuji is also in a new community, we want Next year, new Rath Yatra in his community also. So point is we are making, I mean, don't think any pride in saying that we're making unfortunate fortunate. We are becoming fortunate by performing the Rath Yatra also. Right? It's such a rare thing. Prabhupada has brought Jagannath out and now we are taking Jagannath to every nook and corner, every town and village. So there are many here. I'm not taking more time, to make everybody to get up. So all these leaders like this, there are 14 leaders and there are close to 18 Rath Yatras. Balgoin Prabhu is not here, my senior godfather. They are doing 4 Rath Yatras, right? So please sign up and please make your friends also sign up. This form is very, very, if I have to use the word secular, there is nothing there, you can subscribe to any Rath Yatra and come. So finally, after that, do you want to do the decoration of the Rath Yatra, or do you want to do prasadam cooking assistance, or do you want to play, do you know how to play kartal, do you know how to play mridanga? That is also there, right? So you can fill up. So we know how many kirtaners are also there. And I'm also taking help from the temple. I've already sent a request. They are making a list of devotees who are going to come and do kirtan, and speakers also. We are short of speakers now, actually. In each Rath Yatra, we don't know whom to invite because everybody is busy everywhere. So we are kind of inviting slowly whoever is available. On 7th, we won't get. We'll try to internally allocate to the 7th. Even the temple is doing Rath Yatra. So the next after that, we will have some speakers. Are you all excited? करना है नहीं करना है तो पहले फॉर्म भरो ठीक है so we can call all of you right and any other important announcement okay I've done a lot of announcements sorry Prabhu it's going towards the festival time so there were announcements so let's once again thank the most esteemed loving guests here who are here with 3 loved enthusiastic Gachibowli. Yes. So now we'll have Gaurarti. Yeah, please. Okay. It's getting late today. So we'll just have Nursing Arati. I request Mataji, can you sing Nursing Arati? Okay. Prabhuji, you can. You are here. Yes. I can't see. Sorry. Very good. Second is set it down. We'll just have Nursing Arati and the Prasadam.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Adhuta Singha ललिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनु वृन्दावन विश्ववतीता नर हरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे अवतार केशवधीता नर हरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की गौर प्रेमानंदी जय विष्णुपाद ब्रह्म परिव्राजकाचार्य आष्टोत्तरदशी मधुर डिवाइन ग्रेस वैष्णव भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड श्री राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की श्री मायापुर नवदीप धाम की श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की वेद गौर भक्त वृंद की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्री राधा मदन मोहन भगवान की गौर प्रेमानंदी all the assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. So I request devotees to remove the chadar and keep it aside. Now we have to do prasada in this hall only. So you all can sit in rows. Now some devotees can guide how to sit in the rows so that everybody can sit down and prasadam serving can happen. Hare Krishna. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama